Human mastery of the mechanical and liberal arts. When we come to the mechanical and liberal arts, the fact that we are apt learners in that domain reveals the existence of certain mental powers. Although no individual is equipped and able to learn them all, here is a credible sign that our mind does not lack competence, since we are all quite good at readily mastering one art or another. Moreover, it is not merely a question of the ability and ease with which we learn. We know also that everyone in his particular field very often discovers something new, or else enhances and refines what he has learned from others. Now, although Plato was mistaken in thinking that this kind of understanding was merely a recollection by the soul of knowledge gained before it entered the body, reason nevertheless forces us to admit that such things have as their basis something imprinted on man's mind. These examples show, then, that there is some capacity for rational perception which nature has implanted in all men. So universal is it that we all ought, individually, to recognize in our mental endowments a special gift of God. God plainly enough encourages us to recognize such gifts when he creates madmen and lunatics, in whom he reveals as in a mirror the heights to which man's soul might rise if it were not illumined by his light. Light which is so natural to everyone that it is freely and liberally given to all. The discovery of arts, the way they are taught, the order of studies, the detailed knowledge and excellence of these things, since these are the province of only a few, they do not decisively prove what man's natural talents might be. However, as they are common to both the good and the bad, we may reckon them among the gifts of nature. When, therefore, we discover the wonderful light of truth in the works of pagan authors, that should alert us to the fact that man's nature, though fallen from its integrity and profoundly corrupt, is nevertheless adorned with many of God's gifts. If we recognize the Spirit of God as the unique source of truth, we will not despise truth wherever it appears, unless we wish to offend God's Spirit. For we cannot disparage the Spirit's gifts without attracting his contempt and reproach. How shall we deny the keen light of wisdom with which the ancient jurists designed such an orderly and just system of government? Shall we say that the philosophers were blind when they studied nature's secrets with such care, or when they wrote so skillfully about them? Shall we say that those who taught us the art of disputation, that is, the skill of rational debate, were devoid of understanding? Shall we say that those who invented medicine were mad? Shall we regard the other disciplines as mere folly? On the contrary, we cannot read the books which deal with all these subjects without a feeling of wonder. For wonder is what we feel when we are obliged to acknowledge the wisdom they contain. The truth is, we should judge nothing to be exceptional or worthy of praise unless we recognize that it comes from God. Otherwise we would be guilty of gross ingratitude, unlike the pagan poets who declared that philosophy, law, medicine, and other disciplines were gifts of God. Now, because these individuals who had only nature's help were so expert in understanding lesser, earthly things, these examples reveal how many good gifts God left to human nature once it was stripped of the highest good.